that summit.
Good afternoon, first of all, and thank you very much for inviting me to discuss this very important issue for bilateral relations. It seems to me that a positive result of Russian-American summit in Geneva gives us a fresh opportunity to stabilize the relations of the two nations. I hope that you pay attention that I didn't say to improve. Today, I would like to stabilize our relations, and maybe next step will be to improve Russian-American relations. We should restore dialogue, which is essential for maintaining the entire architecture of international security. Russia and the United States possesses the largest stockpiles of nuclear weapons. We are permanent members of UN Security Council, and we have no time to quarrel with the United States. That is what the presidents of our two countries spoke about at the summit in Geneva. The talk showed us that despite the differences, we have a lot of differences in positions on many issues. Both sides have a desire to understand each other and look for ways to bring their points of view closer. Our leaders have identified the priorities of interaction: strategic stability, cybersecurity, trade and economic ties, regional conflicts, the fight against terrorism and pandemic, cooperation in Arctic, and on the climate change. It's very important, it's very painful for me to say today that we have to normalize the functioning of the diplomatic missions. Our presidents have given us impetus and identified direction in order to strengthen international stability. If it will be interesting, I'm also ready to discuss some regional issues that are very important: Afghanistan, Syria, Libya, North Korea, and so on. But I understand that we have a limit of time.
So, Mr. Ambassador, that's a long list, an impressive list. I must say one thing that got accomplished was getting you back to Washington, D.C., as I recall, because we didn't have our ambassadors in the respective...
I have forgotten about it. It seemed to me that I didn't leave Washington for Moscow.
Very good. Well,
you see that so much work has to be done.
Exactly.
But thank you very much.
So let me raise one of the issues that you just mentioned. That's cybersecurity. After that summit, we watched President Putin come out and directly address the issue of hacks from Russian soil against the United States, and he said from the United States against Russia. Let me ask you this question, because we have now two new reports, a massive one with 1,500 companies reportedly originating from Russian soil, and then just overnight we learned about the Republican National Committee, again allegedly originating from Russian soil. Putting aside for the moment whether it came from Russia or not, if President Putin knew it did come from Russia, would he stop it?
First, it goes without saying that we would like to make cybersecurity one of our space for cooperation, not as another irritant. And Mr. Biden and Mr. Putin discussed this issue very thoroughly during summit meeting. As regarding to what you have just mentioned about the recent attack on United States and other Western countries' infrastructure, I would like to say you that Russia didn't participate in such attack, and Russia didn't stay behind the curtain of such attacks. We have started a dialogue. It's very important. Moreover, David, don't forget there is a lot of mistrust between the United States and Russia. There is a lot of problems. We have started. We are in close contact with various agencies of the United States. Russian embassy also has been participating in such discussions. Very soon, maybe next week, I can say so, there will be another round of dialogue between senior officials of the United States and the Russian Federations. And issue that you have raised is one of the top of such discussion. But David, I also would like to draw your attention that we have to be very cautious with the information that your mass media sometimes put or given to your people. We have to have crystal clear facts, whether we can say that this attack was going from the soil of the Russian Federation or not. You see that I would like to confirm that Russian side is open for professional, it's expression by senior officials from White House, professional dialogue between our agencies concerned. Moreover, we have specific center for cybersecurity that are set up under the auspices of law enforcement agencies. So we are open for such dialogue. We don't want to avoid to discuss this issue. Right. And of course, we will find solution how to deal with this problem.
And just to pursue that exchange, even as you're speaking, Jen Psaki, the spokesperson of the White House, is right now saying that the United States is investigating what happened with this latest hack. But I just want to ask one more time, putting aside where it originated, we don't know, I don't know what the facts are, I don't know where it came from. If we knew it came from Russia, would President Putin put an end to it?
I would like to say that Russian agencies concerned will do their best to stop any hostile activities on anybody outside of our country. It goes against the spirit, the understanding between our two countries. If we don't speak, if we don't make joint efforts to stop hackers. Hackers, you see that their operations, it's a great challenge, not just only for United States or Western countries. It's a challenge for our security. That's why my president has offered to combine efforts of two countries to deal with this issue.
Thank you very much. That was a very helpful answer. Mr. Ambassador, one last question here, and it involves Syria. You also mentioned Syria. As I understand it, the agreement that allows for those corridors for aid to get to Syria is going to expire on the 10th. I believe that's Saturday. I believe that President Biden asked President Putin if we could extend that. Will that be extended?
Today, it's rather difficult to say what kind of result will be in UN Security Council discussion. I know that there are some ideas there. There are some ideas coming from the United States and Russian Federation. There are some ideas from various countries of UN Security Council who are not permanent members of Security Council. Let's give an opportunity to our teams to deal with this issue. I'm sure that they will find a compromise, and I hope that this compromise will meet United States and Russian concern, as well as Syrian people concerned regarding stability, regarding their life, regarding the refugee issues.
Forgive me for sneaking in just one more, but it's an area that I know you know very well, and that's arms control. You've dealt with that during your career. That was something also discussed at the summit. Can you give us any sense of a timetable on when we may have a resumption in arms control negotiations between the United States and Russia?
I'm ready to discuss this issue till evening. You'll see that it's very important issues. And I would like to say I took with me U.S.-Russian presidential joint statement on strategic stability. I consider this statement is very important, especially one line I just would like to say you, that two presidents reaffirmed the principle that a nuclear war cannot be won, must never be fought. It's very important to understand in Washington, in other capitals, that it's impossible even to imagine about such situation when two countries could launch an attack against each other. And I am very much pleased that there is no such even intent, there is no any indication on this issue. Moreover, David, you see that very soon, in a few weeks in Europe, there will be a round of consultations between senior officials of the United States and Russia on this issue. We have to sit together. We have to realize what kind of threats we face. What can we do together? What kind of concern of each other we should find a solution, we should assuage. So I don't know how long will be our way to a compromise, but I hope that everything will be fine and our teams will reach a compromise.
Okay, thank you so much. Well said. Thank you very much.